I'm Ryan, and I'm back again with another Ryan's Sports Reviews. This time I'm reviewing the Conference Championship weekend, Saints versus Rams, and then Patriots versus Chiefs. Where do I start? I guess I could call this the tale of two faces because, well, they didn't both win and they didn't both lose, so my happy birthday to me title's out the window because it would either been ironic or true, but whatever. But whatever. Tale of two faces, because the Saints, they played a pretty good first half and then just started blowing it in the second half. Now, if they would have stopped running, the first problem with the Saints is this. The Rams picked up on the run instantly. That's what they did. They picked up on the run instantly. The Rams picked up on the run instantly and stopped it every chance they had. They picked up on Kamara. They picked up on Ingram. They didn't have very good games, and that's for one of the reasons why the Rams won. Because the Saints wouldn't go away from the run. Because, honestly, the run is probably what made the Saints. All they really have is Michael Thomas. And, Taysom Hill. Yeah, Taysom Hill. So the run is basically what made them, and the fact that they both could be receivers too. But they also got shut down on the screen, which also really hurt. And honestly, the Saints just weren't as offensive during the game, because if you look at it, Sean Payton just didn't make many big calls. They didn't do any fake punts. They didn't do any fakes. They didn't do any trick plays. They just tried to play the game the right way, the classic way. And I guess that must have hurt him, because when Sean McVay and the Rams had Johnny Hecker do that fake punt pass, that kind of like how the fake punt in the Eagles game threw it into the Saints' favor, that threw it into the Rams' favor. Look at that and tell me that the Saints didn't do good after that. Tell me the Saints did good after that play, and you're a nut. You're wrong, because they didn't do good after that play. Now, I've had a couple hours to decompress and then watch the Patriots do what they do best, so I'm not as angry until we get to the nitty-gritty. But the whole game, honestly, was setting up for that missed call, setting up for those mistakes to hurt the New Orleans Saints. That game set up for it. Sean Payton let the setup happen. They shouldn't have let the missed call take them off their game. They should have still played their game even after the missed call. They let that get on their mind. You really should have went for it on fourth down, knowing the Rams were probably going to get it back, and at least try to tie the game up. That's what you should have done. That missed call threw a whole wrench in that game. It basically took the Saints off their game. Probably did Drew Brees as well, because that interception, he wouldn't have thrown that if he was off his game. And now some people say it's karma for the Vikings championship game, but honestly, who cares? Who cares? The karma thing is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The karma thing is the stupidest thing I ever heard. That's honest. Stupidest thing I ever heard. And by the way, the Saints did play a good game up until that fake punt. But that fake punt was the first thing in a series of events that turned the game into the Rams' favor. And then that no call finally turned into the Rams' favor. But now I will talk about that no call in more detail. Actually, no. I'll give a little bit of a Rams fan. I'll talk a little bit about the Rams team. Maybe talk about if I were you Rams fans, if I were you Saints fans, and then we'll talk about the no call. The Rams did play a good game. Jared Goff, after being out of whack for the first couple of drives, he got back in it. His team brought him back in it. They figured out how to play in the dome, and the Saints just couldn't stop him after that. And then after that fake punt, all bets were off. C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley, they went off. I was wrong about saying they weren't going to go off because they went off. Also, Brandon Cooks, Brandon Cooks, he went off. Former Saint and Patriot. He came back to haunt the Saints, and I hope he doesn't come back to haunt the Patriots, but he could. Brandon Cooks went off. I'd say the Rams defense, especially the front seven, especially against the Saints run game, that was good. Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald against the run game and pressuring Drew Brees, they did a great job. Did a great job. I'll give them their due. It shouldn't have came up to the blown call, but I'll give them their due. They played well. They put themselves in a position to have that blown call affect the game. They did a good job. Aqib Talib also did a very good job. Now, Saints fans, if I were you, this is where I'll start. Well, I mean, I am sort of you, so I'm just saying what I think and telling you what you should think. But I think we all agree that what I'm thinking is about to be what you're thinking. But the Saints are my second favorite team, but you know what this is. Gate Bros. But, you know, here's what, if Saints fans, since I am you, if I were you, Saints fans, you just got to take it. You could be angry and complain about it, just like you did the Minnesota Miracle, Minneapolis Miracle, Minnesota Miracle, whatever you want to call it. Point being is, complaining won't get you much anywhere. You just got to sit down, watch the Super Bowl, take it in, watch through the offseason, hope the team makes it back. That's all you got to do. But I think the Saints will make it back. Sometimes you have to take bad things to get the good. Saints will be back next year, and I can tell you that. Saints, they're going to make this. Saints, I think they're going to make this a chip on their shoulder next year. Trust me, I think they will. Now, Rams fans, if I were you, shut up about the no call. You know what gave you this Super Bowl appearance. Just shut up about it. Please. You didn't get the no call, you wouldn't have been in the Super Bowl. You're lucky. You should be happy you got lucky. That's all. So yeah, Rams fans, if I were you, you're lucky. Think you're lucky. Be happy you're lucky. I think your luck's going to run out on February 3rd, but be happy you're lucky. And if not, well, at least I could see St. Louis burn from the salt because I live right there, basically. And I'm going to laugh at it because fake Toronto mans. I'm not even from St. Louis. I was born in Mississippi. I like Toronto more. Whatever. Honestly, I could care less about St. Louis. So honestly, if the Rams do win and the Patriots lose, I still get a little bit of okayness out of it. But that being said, the no call, that is the worst official call I've seen in the NFL this season and ever. Ever. Yes, and I'll admit, the no catch call in Steelers versus Patriots last year was bad. There's been some bad calls I've seen. There's been some bad calls I haven't seen in the game live, but I've seen it on YouTube and stuff. I can't watch every game. Well, in the playoffs I can, but regular season I can't. And I'd always try to catch Patriots, Saints, Cowboys, but Dak Prescott, remember? Hail State, remember? Yeah. But, yeah. That was a loss. That no call. Yeah. I don't know. How do you miss that? There was a helmet-to-helmet and the pass interference. If there was just one, I can see how you miss it. But two? Two penalties on one call. That still gives you a first down. And you still miss it. You still miss it. I feel like there just has to be something there. There has to be something there. And honestly, there are times where you could challenge a referee's call in the CFL, especially a PI call that's missed or is wrong. You could challenge that. I think the MLB should bring that in. Not the MLB. The NFL should bring that in. Do what the CFL does. Because if the Saints could have challenged that, it's their game. Honestly, the Saints got jobbed because there wasn't a challenge and they got on the wrong call. CFL, if that happened to Toronto Argonauts, they could at least challenged it and had a chance of not getting jobbed in their conference championship. That's the situation. Let's say there was Toronto Argonauts versus Montreal Alouettes. Alouettes player takes a hit at Johnny wide receiver, not called a PI or helmet to helmet. You could challenge that in a conference championship. Challenge that. Say it is a PI. They look at it and they see a PI. You get the PI penalty. That's the CFL, but the NFL's the better league and they don't have this. Not that I say they're the better league, they're not. I think the XFL and the CFL are both better leagues. The new XFL, especially if they got a Toronto team. Really? St. Louis over Toronto? Really? Really? Okay, screw you. But CFL has this rule. I bet the XFL will have this rule also. Because some of the CFL rules are better than NFL rules. But NFL doesn't have this rule? You think the better league would have this rule. But that's just me. So honestly, the no call screwed them, and the fact they don't have the CFL rule of reviewing a PI screwed them. But now that I'm done with that, I digress, because give me a second. But you said we wouldn't make it. You said we were underdogs. You really thought so? You're wrong. There's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do. You really thought we were going to lose to Patrick Mahomes? Kermit the Frog? What? What? Oh my God, you don't know the Patriots, do you? Oh, yes. Oh, let the hate flow through you because I want this salt. Put it on my eggs. Come on. Put it your bomba clot. Put it up your bomba clot. Take that L. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight. I don't want to lose your love tonight. Sup, Zoe, you know? Back to the Super Bowl. What'd you think, though? What'd you think, though? Oh, my. This is so fun. This is so fun. This is so fun. You know? Well, let's just start with reviewing the game. Patriots start off so well. Sony Michel just starts running, you know. Tom Brady makes good throws. The Patriots just catch them off balance, get the first 7 points. You know what it is. Stop the Chiefs on their first drive. That was good. Mahomes gets sacked. They have a second drive. Get to the 1. We really should have learned not to throw at the 1 yard line. But it didn't hurt us. So far. Then we get the ball back, kick a field goal at the end of the first, go up into the second quarter, 10-0. Then, in the second quarter, we keep stopping the Chiefs. They have no answer. Tom Brady gets another touchdown for the Patriots. They throw another touchdown, I think. Was it a throw? No way, they may have ran it. Point being is the Patriots got another touchdown. They got another touchdown, 17-0, going to the half. They go into the half, up 17-0. Wait, it was 14-0. I don't know. I think the field goal came later. Okay. Point being is, they go up with no points allowed for the Chiefs. And people were like, oh, week 9, come on, you did the same thing. They're going to come back in it. Well, they weren't wrong per se, but, Patriots start the third quarter just as well, stops them, get another score. And honestly, at that point, I was like, well, we're good. We're good. I felt good. Then Patrick Mahomes, I got to give it to him. He's a good player. A very good player. He's not as good as the NFL points him out to be, but the man got in sync. And when he got in sync, oh, he was good. He was good. I mean, he was good. He's a good player. He's a good player. Like Mike Babcock would say, what a good player. What a good player. Or Steve Dangle on the Steve Dangle podcast. I don't know. But good player. Patrick Mahomes gets him back in it. Fourth quarter, just punch for punch. 38 points in the quarter. Patriots score. They score. It's just... Then they score a field goal. Patriots score a touchdown. They get it back with 36 seconds left. Chiefs score a field goal to send it to overtime. And honestly, Patriots win the toss. And everybody was like, well, let's see what they do. They get the ball. And 2 plays in, Patriots get to almost midfield. And people are like standing there just looking at it like, well, Tom Brady's going to do what he does. Which basically, when he gets the ball in overtime, innings first, that means he's going to run train on you and you have no chance to even stop it. Basically. That's basically it. That's figuratively just run, He gets the ball first in overtime, you ain't going to get a chance. You just sit there, blank stare like, don't do this to us. Can you do anything, defense, please? Like begging like a little kid not to have their candy stolen from them by this 18-year veteran, 19-year veteran, 18-year GOAT with their hands on the candy, and you're about to steal it from the baby's hand or the frog puppet's hand. I mean, whatever you want to call them. Just steal it from their hand, and you just can't stop it, Stick their hand in the stroller, take the candy from the baby, and run. That's what happens when you have Tom Brady in overtime and you can't even get a chance. And if they did win the toss, Chiefs, they would have held him to a field goal. Tom Brady would have done the same thing. Still wouldn't have had a chance. Point being is Tom Brady is basically a candy from a baby thief in overtime. And I don't think Chiefs fans noticed this. And if they did, well, they weren't surprised. But the Chiefs fans who didn't notice it were surprised. Basically, the Patriots and Chiefs in the second half threw punch after punch to each other. It was like Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali, I don't even think that ever happened, but like just trading punches like a good old wrestling match between the face and the heel and just like bam, bam, like a good old bar fight. Go to overtime, Tom Brady does what he does, pulls the Super Bowl 51 and see you in 2 weeks, Atlanta. That's kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny too, FTF. I think both Patriots fans and Saints fans hate the Falcons. I think they'll both be fine with that. Man, wouldn't it be funny if we won the Super Bowl 28-3 or did another big comeback like that? Who knows? Or win the Super Bowl 34-28. That would be funny. Honestly, Tom Brady did his job. The Patriots did their job. Besides Edelman giving up an interception and almost screwing us over on that punt return. Why, Edelman? Why? Hopefully you weren't hurt. I can't believe they kept you in if you were. But, hey, who knows, man? Who knows? So, Patriots pull off their job. Honestly, the players of the game for the Patriots were Tom Brady, Sony Michel, Rob Gronkowski, and Chris Hogan. And I guess Edelman did a good job. He nearly screwed us twice, but he's fifth star just because of screwing that up. If he didn't screw it up, you know, but, I mean, come on. Patriots had good players, had a good game, played a perfect game, because if they didn't play a perfect game, they'd be done. They played the perfect game. And they won the AFC Championship for the third straight year. And that's what you do when you're the New England Patriots. You just keep winning. And somebody on Reddit was like when I said it only took a year, the game took a year off my life, he said, you have a really strong heart. I'm like, I've been born by this. I was molded by it. The only year that the Patriots didn't have Tom Brady as their quarterback in my life was 2000. 18 out of the 19 years of my life, Tom Brady is the starting quarterback in the New England Patriots. So I was born by this craziness. I was bred by it. I mean, nothing's worse than Super Bowl 42, but whatever. And I have millions of stories I could tell my future children, so at least I can get my joy back out of these when the dynasty is over, as in the Patriots dynasty. Chiefs fans, if I were you, here's what I'd say. You had a very good game. You took us to our limit. We took you to your limit. You took us to our limit. The better team won, but you're still a great team. You will have your day. Just hopefully you don't have your day until Tom Brady retires. And Drew Brees. Yeah, Drew Brees probably still beat you in the Super Bowl, but we won't know that until later, won't we? But you guys are a good team. You're a very good team. And I see you going somewhere in a couple of years. Maybe you should fire Andy Reid because he can't manage a clock, but you do you. I don't think he's as bad as Jason Garrett, Mr. Claps his hands. I don't think he's bad as him. I think you could still do good with Andy Reid. Just hope he learns how to manage a clock. Isn't this like the 5th or 6th time he's lost a championship game? I think so. He did it with the Eagles and he did it here. Yeah, you may have to. I don't know. But you will have your day, Chiefs fans. You will have your day. We had our day back in 2001 and we still have our day, but you'll have your day. Most teams don't win off the bat. Most teams don't win off the bat like the Patriots did. Drew Brees didn't do it. Jared Goff didn't do it. Patrick Mahomes didn't do it. Nick Foles didn't do it. Well, he sort of won it off the bat, but it took him a couple of years, you know. Point being is, Chiefs fans, you'll be just fine. It's going to hurt, but you'll have your day. Trust me, you'll be just fine. And Patriots fans, if I were you, oh my God, we're going back to another Super Bowl. This stuff just can't end. Oh, and by the way, time is a flat circle because Tom Brady's playing the Rams again. Wow. Crazy. Crazy, isn't it? And this time, they're the cheaters. They're the cheaters because of the refs. How crazy, you know? It's crazy stuff. Time's a flat circle, but we were saying that last year with our Eagles thing, except last time they beat us. Is this really what it's come to Patriots fans? Like every year we make the Super Bowl, we could somehow say time's full circle, time's a flat circle. Is that what we could do? I guess it is. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you disagree with me. I know this is almost 30 minutes long, but it's championship weekend, and it was 2 games, and I had a lot to say. Thank you for watching. Pats are back in the Super Bowl. They're back again, you know. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. I'll be back again soon, you know already.